Hi, good day to you, Virgo. Welcome to Meenakshi Tarot. Today is the 4th of August. So if you come across this reading anytime from the 4th of August onwards, then maybe you were meant to see this reading. But as per normal, Virgo, never force a reading to fit. Always just take what resonates with you and leave what does not resonate with you. If the reading is not resonating with you, kindly look at your moon, your Venus, and your rising signs. And for those of you that are already cross-reading, thank you very much for cross-reading, okay? Let's see. I am reading reversals this week. So we're doing past, present, and future. First cards that fell out was the Tower in reverse, Temperance, Sagittarius energy in reverse. Okay, let's see if any more cards fall out, or I will just... Okay, let's just pull the cards out, okay? King of Wands in reverse. Remember, reverse cards have meanings, and don't be panicked by seeing this. King of Cups in reverse, and it has a message. Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, Knight of Wands, Judgment, and Five of Swords. So first layer is all in reverse, and this obviously has a message for somebody out there. So Virgo, if this reading is going to take longer than my allocated time on TikTok, I will do an extended version on my YouTube handle, Meenakshi_Tarot. So we are seeing that your first card coming up is, the Tower in reverse. It's just about where you are right now and how you are perceiving things right now. There's there could be some kind of a false accusation that is going on here, almost as though some kind of a forced isolation, or in some cases some kind of a forced oppression. It's as though you might be rebelling against your true nature in order to fit in with other people. You don't want to rock the boat, so to say. You don't want to be that person that's different. You don't want to be too shocking or too surprising. And you are not being true to yourself in this regard, Virgo. We're seeing that, you may be feeling very frightened about the truth of who you are, and realizing that, sorry, I just want to grab a tissue here, that being in denial of who you are as a person is actually going to be to the detriment of yourself. You need to be also very aware of how, yourself, how you are perceiving yourself. And you are almost like this energy of you feeling as though you will not be accepted for who you are if people have to know you for yourself. There's this fear of just being yourself in your situation or in your relationship. It's almost as though you've put on this false facade, and now you have to keep up with appearances. You need to also be mindful that, there are people around you with these old-fashioned ideas, and could also have a very bigoted view of things. But you need to remember that you can't be so self-obsessed about the way things are. And you need to be very mindful of the advice that you're getting from other people, because you could be dealing with somebody who's really just about their own self-interest in a situation. You need to also, honestly look at your motives as to why you feel that you need to hide yourself and not be your true self in your situations. Some of you might also be feeling as though there could be some rivalry in a love situation. You might be dealing with somebody who's got a very hot temper, somebody who could be very difficult to interact with, and therefore you feel that you need to be a milder version of yourself, or even just not allowing your true self to be seen because you don't want to offend anybody, and you are just denying yourself, your situations, and your truth. It's very important that you also realize that, you need to be mindful that you can make all your wonderful plans when it comes to your situations, and also with your work situations. You need to be very mindful of not getting involved in gambling away your hard-earned money. you also need to realize that you could just be feeling very insecure emotionally, and the decisions that you are making is all based on your emotional insecurity. And that is, it's like some kind of a toxicity that you are in, where you are not being your true self, and you're allowing yourself to get caught up in some kind of wish fulfillment for somebody else. It's like you are creating this, wanting to create this, portray this image of the successful person, but everything is based on material greed, but not on who you truly are. And the material greed could be because you're trying to compensate for you not being able to be your true emotional self. And you need to realize that you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. Other people is putting a lot of pressure on you, and this is really causing you a lot of problems. It's difficult to be yourself, and other people's agendas can be very disrupting to where it is that you need to be in your life and in your situation, Virgo. You need to also be very mindful that you are not burning your bridges in your situations. You are not getting yourself caught up in a situation where there's some kind of rivalry with other people, and there's this unnecessary drama that's happening in your life. You need to be so mindful of what it is that you are attracting to yourself in your situations, because you are obviously afraid to be yourself. You're afraid to be your true nature because of the consequence of what other people might say, or how other people might feel about the truth about who you are as a person. Maybe your likes or your dislikes is different from theirs, and you just want to fit in with them. You don't want to make it known that you are so different. Some of you might also be so much in denial about what is going on that you don't want to accept that there has to be some change. And you need to realize that the changes have far-reaching consequences, and if you are going to ignore your opportunities and abandon, a path forward, abandon your routine, abandon who you are because of not wanting to rock the boat, you need to be very mindful that you could end up being, losing this opportunity that is going to be so good for you. So you need to be very mindful as well that, your stubbornness, your refusal to change and to acknowledge what is going on and to be yourself and to allow what is supposed to be is actually really not working in your favor. So even though this seems like a very bleak reading thus far, you need to do yourself a favor, reconsider your situations, hold back from certain things and prosper in other things. And just also don't be so stubborn when it comes to listening to advice, to the right advice, and also be mindful that the way that you are going is really going to not be a favorable outcome for you. So for my TikTok people, I'm going to stop my reading here, and if you wish to listen more, you'll find me on Meenakshi Tarot. So take care, TikTok. So YouTube people, thank you for watching. Let's draw another layer of cards and see what does another layer of cards have to say. What is this that slipped out here? Got the Five of Swords again. Again, it really is. It's here and it's fallen out again. So really, some of you are being very, very stubborn, and you are willing to continue on the stubborn path till the bitter end. It seems like it, So that's very toxic, It's very difficult. Some people find it hard to admit that something is not working out for them, And this is, instead of looking at it as a loss, you should rather look at it as lessons learned. When you got the Hangman in reverse here, King of Pentacles, Ten of Swords in reverse, Two of Pentacles in reverse, the Hermit, Virgo energy, your energy in reverse, Knight of Cups in reverse, Queen of Swords in reverse, and you've got Temperance upright. So this is very much that you needing to realize that, as much as you are wanting to be headstrong, you are needing to realize that you need to look at your situations and reassess, because to carry on the way you are, this is not going to really work out for you very well in the end. You need to be very mindful as well that some of you might be also wanting to hold on. The stubbornness could be that you are wanting to hold on to situations and past that do not serve you very well, and you might be wanting to play this martyr role in your situations because you think that is the best way for you to be. And what this is doing is really just you not wanting to let go. You're not wanting to let go of something that is just not working out for you, something from your past that is not suitable for you. And you need to realize that is not going to serve you very well, Virgo. You cannot stay stuck in a situation that is not going to serve your best interests. But at the same time, we're not talking about selfishness, yeah? We're talking about self-awareness, yeah? You being aware of what is in your best interest so that you can be the best version of yourself in this existence. You might be dealing with somebody, or you yourself might end up becoming somebody who is not in the right headspace to do things, somebody who's becoming somebody who takes offense easy, somebody who is just a bit reckless. Some of you might also be dealing with somebody who's a bit of a gambler. You yourself could be a bit of a gambler. And you need to realize that in your situation right now, there are some strong rivals that you are having to deal with. And that also is a cause for concern and for caution when it comes to you and your situation, because the people that you are counted on it to be friends are not really there for you as friends. They are not there to help you, and you need to be very mindful that people that you'd once considered friends is not friends, and that you might just have hidden enemies in situations and in places that you didn't know you had enemies. So be very mindful of this. You need to also be very mindful that you might be feeling quite defeated by a lot of things right now, and you might be feeling as though, you reached this rock bottom. You might be feeling as though there is no turning point in your situations, but there is an opportunity for things to change and for things to turn. But you can't give into despair. You can't give into what is going on right now in your situation. You need to look at, the part that you have played and realize, with a consciousness, with an awareness that things can change, but you need to take responsibility for how you have been interacting and for the choices that you have been making. It's important as well that you realize that some of you have been very unwise in the use of your financials. Some of you have also been maybe living beyond your means. Some of you have been running up debt. You may have held this unrealistic ideal of what you think life is supposed to be. And you could be feeling quite moody and quite irritable, especially if you are living beyond your means right now. And, this is almost like a toxic situation for you. You could have made a few foolish mistakes. And, if you've got this young energy, you could be having this arrogance of youth and disregarding advice of people that are older than yourself. But you need to realize that to be so obstinate about things is not in your good interest. It's not going to prosper you. It's not going to make things better for you. It's just going to make things more complicated for you. And you need to understand that having this ideal or this way of being so difficult is not like a prosperous way to be at all. Not at all. You need to be very mindful as well that, if this is, you could be dealing with somebody who is a very faithless lover, a very immoral person. Could be somebody who's even a bit of a swindler, somebody who's just left a trail of broken hearts. could be dealing with somebody like this, or you yourself could be this person, and you need to be mindful of that. You know, you got to be mindful of somebody who's a fickle in their love. You know, you need to be mindful of having to deal with the situation. And if you become this person who just attracts attention and who is immoral in the way that they are doing things, then you need to take cognizance of yourself and have this awareness of, you know, look at what I'm becoming. You could be dealing as well with somebody who's a very jealous person, could be somebody who has malice intent when dealing with things. You could be dealing with somebody who stirs up trouble around you, and somebody who's just, you know, who says things that are sort of like a half truth, and then sometimes they will outright lie to get their way. And you must be mindful if it's yourself that's becoming like this, or are you dealing with somebody else like this. There's always this need to have honesty. And also, you know, you need to realize that you cannot be too manipulative in your situations. That is not the best way, and that's not the best outcome for you right now. Trying to constantly manipulate the narrative to suit you. Some of you might be just experiencing a lot of difficulties, especially if a relationship has come to an end. Some of you might be having bereavement in your life. Some of you might also be dealing with some material hardships. And, you know, you need to realize that this is an opportunity for things to change, you know. Peace will be restored in your situation. Your troubles will be over. You will have tranquility. Things will go back to normal. But the key to your happiness is moderation. You cannot allow yourself to be overdoing anything. So you need to allow yourself to have a good sense of calm. You know, maybe also reconnect with yourself on a spiritual level. Try to get your spiritual self correct, and really realize that you do have a guardian angel of some kind, but you need to put yourself in this correct headspace because of all of this that has happened, but also looking at yourself and recognizing the role that you are playing in the situations that you are in. Okay, let's draw some more cards for you, Virgo. Okay. Let's see, Virgo. Okay, Virgo. Okay, Judgment. Hermit, your Virgo energy. Ten of Swords in reverse. Queen of Cups in reverse. Six of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Six of Cups in reverse. The Magician. Ten of Wands. So a lot of like drama that is going on here, and as you can see, some of these cards have come up again, and it's important that you realize yourself in your situations, the roles that you are playing in your situations. How can you improve your situations, or how can you make things better for yourself instead of just allowing yourself to stay stuck? You can have this opportunity to have the second chance in your life, but are you willing to take the second chance? And that is what's important. Maybe some time in self-reflection is what is needed here, that you need to take a little bit of time out to reflect about what is going on, as opposed to getting so caught up in things and trying to control the narrative constantly. Give yourself this opportunity, this chance to realize that you don't have to constantly be alone when it comes to getting things done, that you can be part of the solution and not just be part of the problem. It's important for you to realize that things that you'd hoped to work out is not working out, and that's quite okay. But you can move on from this energy of, being stuck in this place. You might be feeling very betrayed on some levels. You might also be feeling as though you need to be alone. You feel as though there's nobody around you. But you need to realize that you don't have to walk this path by yourself, and you don't have to give up right now, and that you do have support and love around you. You just need to look at it. You don't need to be feeling so isolated. You know, it's your choice to feel so isolated. You can be part of a part of a group. You don't need to be on your own, but you must also be very mindful that you yourself do not get caught up in becoming too immoral or vain, or becoming an emotional or financial drain. And if you have somebody like this in your space, be very mindful of this. Be mindful that you are not thinking logically, especially when it comes to finances and to new adventures. You know, you might be wanting to invest yourself in situations that is not really very good, and it's not a good benefit for you. So you've got to be very mindful of this, of where you are getting involved and what you are getting involved in. Be very mindful of this energy that you are carrying. Be very mindful as well that, you know, you are not being naive about things that have happened in the past. Be very mindful as well that you cannot replace emotional security by financial security. You need to focus on what is important. You need to also realize that you cannot look at the past through rose-colored glasses and romanticize past situations to think that it would have been and should have been and could have been, but rather look at this as lessons that you've had to learn. This has been a passage that you've had to go through. Look at this as you being in your creative flow, in your creative energy, and you don't have to also do everything by yourself. You are choosing to do everything by yourself. Maybe you should learn to delegate. Ask for help. There's a lot of creative flow here. You can change the course of where things have been going if you can allow yourself to open up. So Virgo, a very intense situation some of you are going through. Remember, the reading may or may not apply to you, but if it does, I hope this has given you some guidance. So please take care. Until next time, goodbye.